right, so we're here after deer season, wrapped up, kind of starting to think about burns and food plots and all the things that come with spring. However, before we entirely move away from deer season, we kind of wanted to go back and talk about some of the setups that helped us kill our deer. Both Jake and I killed out of our saddles, which we've been running the Cruiser XCs and really like those. And in my situation specifically, I physically couldn't have pulled it off out of a tree stand. So we want to talk about that and some things that I learned and took away from that hunt. And one being completely inadvertent, but extremely beneficial and something I'm going to take forward. So originally this is how I had my platform and my top stick set up. Maybe a little bit more difference, maybe 1.5 feet or so. And after getting up into that platform, I realized that there was a stick off to my left side that would be the direction that I was anticipating most of my shots being. And so after that, I had to move my platform down, which I'll do now. And it was basically to the same height as my top stick. So I should probably bring that up just a little bit more. All right, so this is about where I ended up, and that was only out of the necessity to try to get that limb kind of out of my way to where I could shoot off to my left. And mind you, my back, while I was facing the tree, was faced directly up against cornfield. And I was hanging in a stand immediately over that field edge. So I'll go ahead and get up in here. So this is basically the setup that I ended up having once I had everything situated. Accidentally also have a limb similar to my real setup. It was a little bit bigger than off to my left, which I am now below, so I can shoot off to the left side. And that day I was hung right over the cornfield, cut corn behind me, and I knew I was going to be running the risk of skylining myself up against the horizon. So I had a little bit bigger tree than this one, and I was anticipating being able to move to keep that between me and anything that was coming out of the timber towards the cut corn that evening. And sure enough, I ended up seeing the deer, and I was, like I said, able to move kind of around to keep him where I could see him, but he couldn't really see me. So the saddle ended up playing a huge part in being able to use that tree to my advantage. And the deer ended up coming kind of from the left side of that tree where I could watch him, and ended up working to my right back in the timber, probably 80 or 90 yards. And as he did that, he ended up getting to a point where he was 30 yards down to my right side of the tree, and eventually cut left just a little bit. And that's when I basically had to shoot from, I believe, the left side of the tree, was able to swing out and shoot there. And when he took off, he ran only probably 10 yards or so. And at that point, there was too much brush and stuff in the way, and I was not going to be able to take another shot from the left side of the tree, which was my preferred side to shoot from. That first shot wouldn't have been possible had I been in a tree stand, because I would have probably been facing directly into the cornfield and had to have waited till he came out into the corn. Or if I was facing into the woods, I think only being 15 feet up, he probably would have seen me a lot sooner than before he got to 30 yards. So once that deer took off to the left, I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to take another shot. However, he was just standing there, and at that point, I'd already hit the deer. And anytime you've already hit a deer, if you can get a second or third arrow in them, that's obviously the goal. So I knocked another arrow and immediately realized I wasn't going to be able to shoot off the left side. And that is where having that stick parallel with the platform came in handy, because I was able to take a step out to my right and twist the bridge in my carabiner, come around the complete backside of that tree and shoot both the second and third shots from right there. So I think two takeaways from that hunt specifically and how to utilize the saddle would be, one, using that tree to your advantage to where you can keep it in between you and the direction that you anticipate deer coming from. And then obviously being able to maneuver. I mean, I could probably get well over 180 degrees around this tree as far as actually physically being able to move. But I don't think there's a single direction in all 360 degrees that I couldn't pull off a shot. So I split my time pretty much 50-50 between the saddles and a tree stand. There's different situations for both. However, I think these are a couple takeaways from the saddle technology that allows us as hunters to create more opportunities for ourselves. And this isn't a one-size-fits-all. There are still situations where I could see a benefit in maybe a tree stand. However, these are a couple that I wanted to pass along the info, and maybe there's some opportunities for more people to take advantage of that. So thanks for watching. If I was in a tree stand, I'd run the risk of basically daylighting myself up against that. Is it daylighting? Is daylighting?
Skylight.
Skylighting. I knew that sounded.
Or skylined, or.
Yeah. I think the saddle played a huge part in being able to do that, and obviously ended up getting. Oh, damn it, dude! What?
You're doing good.
I just want to jump out of here and die. I just got to figure out. Got to get my wits about me. Mother fricker.
It was so good.
It felt like it was flowing, and then it stopped. It just stopped. Can you think of a spot where I could pick back up?
No.
Get back down from the top. Thanks for watching. I didn't like how I ended it.